afternoon because we have new officers to install. And I'd like to welcome Compassion Through Stories. Have you ever witnessed somebody so fatigued that you felt strong compassion just looking at them? And when you know more information about that person and you know why they're fatigued, would you like to help and be an advocate to reduce a little bit of fatigue for them? Today, you'll hear from Tom Hobbs, the man in the hat, an innovative way that you can do that and be a powerful hero and an advocate for a family who's a bit fatigued. Let's hear from the man in the hat, Tom Hobbs.
Imagine with me, you see a beautiful family, a mother, 3 kids, the joys that you can have with kids, right? You can have fun with them. You can take them to the baseball park. You can try and leave them at the baseball park. I mean, the various things that you might choose to do with kids. Dear friend of mine, Pat, I watched her for many, many years raise 3 children as a single mom. Still can be fun. Still might be a little stressful. You know, you still have those things when you're going to get up on Saturday morning and go to the park and play baseball with the oldest son's friends. Yep, everybody's got to get ready, pack a few things, get some water, maybe some snacks, make a sandwich or 2, and get ready to go. It adds up. And by the way, Gary, don't forget your sunscreen. Dale, don't forget to put your slippers, got to wear shoes. Yeah, and Wes, don't forget your wheelchair and everything that goes with it, including your G-tube for feeding, your augmentation speech device, and who gave you a flat tire. Now we're going to be late. How many things do you have to do to just help Wes, who's in a wheelchair, limited with vocal variety because he has to speak to a computer? And when it's time to eat, he's still hungry like everybody else, but you have to use a tube feed and a few dozen challenges that go with it. But he still loves to go to the park and hang out with his brother and watch the baseball game. Sometimes they'd actually let him use his speech device and say, ready, play ball. So including Wes. See, Wes's situation happened when he was 4 years old, when a toy box, a large one, fell on his head. For the rest of his 28 years, he lived with severe cerebral palsy, minimal control of his body, but his brain was still active and he loved to go to rock and roll. He loved music, the Beach Boys. He managed to get backstage passes 3 times to hang out with the Beach Boys. But at school, oh, why include him? He's in a wheelchair. He can't talk. What's he going to learn? What's the therapist going to sign off? What's his IAP and his plan for progression? And, oh, by the way, Medicaid needs a new form. And your physical therapy, you'll never walk. We don't need that. I watched the family. Wes, his mom, 2 older a brother and sister that at times they didn't feel like they got mom time. And Wes got all the attention. Well, no, he didn't, but there was a lot that needed to be done. Fatigue was common. She felt like 17 times a week she had to explain somebody just to talk to him like a real person because he's there and it may take time to talk back with his computer, but he's going to answer you. And he loved to tell good jokes. It took a little hard time to hit the punchline, but dad jokes are still funny. So my friend Pat and her 3 kids, Oh yeah, I do have to say, I say Wes did enjoy going to those concerts, but he passed away 6 years ago. But he's still a memory for me. I have his picture on my office wall. Let's tell a little different situation. My friend Marcy. Marcy had a son and has a son still. He's still going well. He's 17 years old now, but he had a situation. I'll tell you what, let me show you a little easier. This is the book about her son, Will. And it's a journey book, Will. And it's about the Nerf master. That was Will. He loved to play Nerf games, had a big Nerf gun. And this book is created about Will's journey. And you can see right here, he loved to have his Nerf gun. He loved to go play soccer. He loved to hang out with his cousins. He loved to hang out with his little brother and play with mom's cell phone. Yeah. He also loved to hang out with his cousins at the Nerf pit, and they had balls in it. There's all kinds of fun things that Will loved to do as a 4 or 5-year-old boy. But he's telling you this bit of a story about the day that he stayed over at a friend's house when mom and dad went off to a church retreat for adults for the weekend. But his friends called his mom and says, Will was playing on top of the couch up on the loft when he went over it and fell 14 feet. That adventure changed quickly for the whole family. 5 days enforced a coma. 59 days later before he came home. But Will did learn faster. He had to relearn how to speak and talk and eat and walk. But he did learn fast, and he continued to improve thanks to good mentors, his Dr. Shob and others. And this simple little book documents that and makes it easier. So when Will was 7 years old, this book was a guide, an advocate to the special needs school bus driver. Hey, now he knows why Will needed that extra time. To the substitute teacher who realized he would get frustrated when asked the question too many times because it took a little extra for him to remember to answer all the questions. But this book became an advocate. It's just a little simple journey book. Wouldn't it be nice if my buddy Wes, his mom Pat, and his older brother Gary and sister had that book for Wes? To eliminate those 17 times they had to explain to the bus driver not to put the seatbelt strap over the arms of his wheelchair because they kept breaking it. Those simple things. That's an opportunity. You may know a family who has a child with special needs. You can now have a journey book custom built for that child. Their words, their story in a hero's journey style. The website is 90% built. They can do it too. Custom built with their pictures, their situation, their story. You can be the parent that at 2 o'clock in the morning enters the information, uploads 14 pictures, and hits approve. And within hours, it's sent to the printer, printed, and as soon as shipping can happen, I won't point any fingers at UPS, it will arrive to you in your hands. Called the Journey Book Stories for those with special needs. So my big ask to you, my friends, type into the chat directly to Tom. Not to everyone, but directly to Tom. What would be the price, the value that family would be eager to spend to have 3 copies and that book to them? That's my big ask to you, because there's copies being made for people of all needs. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Tom. And as I mentioned, Susan will be doing the written evaluation, but we in this club do a round robin evaluation. And today that is going to be facilitated by Gloria Darling. So please welcome Gloria.
Hello, all. During this facilitation, each person will get 30 seconds timer to give a comment of encouragement, advice, whatever you like for Tom to improve his speech or just respond to his speech to us today. We're going to start with Deb Weil, Marcia, and Vanessa. Deb, you're up. First person.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Gloria. Tom, I loved your speech. However, what I would have liked to see is maybe if you had the ability to download some of those pictures in the book and maybe put them in a PowerPoint behind you, it would have been more powerful. And because I could not see those pictures.
Quick beware for everybody. I'm deployed in Houston right now at the Red Cross, and they're out of power across the street from my hotel, but we found a way.
Thank you, Tom. Is that perseverance or what? Next person, Marcia, 30 seconds. Comments for Tom.
Tom, that was an awesome, awesome story. And what I thought was interesting was you brought humor, but to such a serious topic. And that is phenomenal. I loved it too. Would have loved PowerPoint or some type of better description of the book, being able to see the book closer. But other than that, it was awesome, awesome presentation.
Thank you, Marcia. And Vanessa, 30 seconds.
I also really enjoyed the Tom's presentation and the humour. And I'd never heard about the journey book, so it was wonderful. I also wondered whether it might also apply to people older, adults with disabilities, dementia, all those sorts of things. I remember doing a book for my father when he had dementia with a lot of farm pictures. Anyway, so that was propped it up. Well done. Thank you.
Thank you all. And then the next grouping would be Rajiv, Paula, and Matran. 30 seconds apiece. Rajiv.
Thanks for this wonderful speech, Tom. And I do feel inspired. It was amazing. I could see everybody really. I can see everybody really happy, and they wanted to clap to convey what you have done. That's all.
Thank you, Paula.
Tom, amazing speech. You grabbed my heart immediately. Everybody was looking at you, and I think some of us were trying to keep our tears back. Many of us feel that, so it impacts our lives. Everybody has someone or knows someone that is going through some sort of a journey. And I love the idea of the book and sharing it. And you just did a great job. You got our attention from the first word all the way through your last word. Great one.
And Matran, 30 seconds, Matran.
Thank you, Tom, for your excellent speech. And yes, it's moving and is touching my heart also. I appreciate your great presentation today. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. I only saw the red light once, so it looks as if we all stayed within time. Give yourself a hand. We appreciate it, and we're moving along.